Right, so now we are given another equation, which is x minus 3 square root x plus 2 equals to 2. So this kind of an equation with this one, in maths, we refer to it as a radical equation. So we refer to this kind of an equation as a radical equation. So what this basically means is it means that these are kinds of inequations that involve roots. These kinds of circumstances or symbols. These are kinds of equation. It could be a square, it could be a 3 there sometimes, or it could be a 4. But for now it's a square root. So these are kinds of inequations that involve roots. So we call them radical equations. Okay. So in this kind of an equation, the one that we are given, the first step that we can do is to transpose x to the other side. So we can say, seeing that we are given, we can transpose x to the other side. So we can say minus 3 square root x plus 2 square root x plus 2 x plus 2 equals to 2 minus x, right? And then we can divide both sides by -1. Divide both sides by -1. Then we should have 3 square root x plus 2 3 square root x plus 2, and then here we should get x minus 2, right? And then the other following step is up to you. You can either also divide by 3 or just leave it at there. For now we can just leave it at there. So what we can do, for us to get rid of the roots, we're gonna have to square both sides. So in these kinds of inequations, the most important step is for you to always square both sides. So the most important rule now to get rid of the roots is to always square both sides. Right, so you're gonna square both sides. And if you do, here you should get 3 close open bracket x plus 2. Then there, seeing that's a perfect square, we can say x squared minus 4x and all of that plus 2. Then we can say 9x plus 18 equals to x squared minus 4x. Sorry, it wasn't supposed to be 2 here. It was supposed to be 4 and then plus 4. Okay, then you can now take everything to the right hand side. So you're gonna see x squared. If you say minus 4 minus 9 minus 4 minus 9, you should get minus 13 minus 13x. And you say 14 minus 18, you're gonna get minus 14x. 14x minus 14, then you're gonna say equals to 0. Then let's see the factors that can make 14 to give us 13, or somewhere they close. It either can be 1 and 14 itself. So we can say x and put 14 there and put 1 there. Seeing there's a minus there, one of the brackets can either have a positive or a minus, because we have a minus here and a minus there. And then seeing that we have a minus 13, we might have a minus there and a positive there, and we can cross multiply. Let's see, if we cross multiply, we're gonna have a minus 14x and x. If you add them up, they should give you minus 13x. So these are the roots these are the brackets that we're looking for. So we can use x minus 14, x plus 1 equals to 0. Separate the brackets, equate them to 0, nil, or x plus 1 equals to nil. Then you're going to say x equals to 14, or x equals to not 1, negative 1. All right. And then the most important step, and the other important step here, is to always check out your solution. So for this one, again, you gotta always check both your solutions. Check both your solutions, because it always happens that one of them is not gonna be actually the one that we're looking for. So let me pick another color. All right, so we're gonna first take x equals to 14, then taking x equals to 14, and then checking on the left hand side and right hand side. So the right hand side, we're gonna substitute 14, so we're gonna have 14 minus 3, and then 14 plus 2, and then on our right hand side we have just the answer being 2. Just quickly doing that on a calculator, we should have minus 3 square root plus 2, we get 2. So here we do get 2, and then when x is equals to minus 1, let's see, it's LHS, we're gonna say minus 1 minus 3 minus 3 minus 3 minus 1 plus 2. Our right hand side is still 2. If you quickly put that in a calculator, minus 1 minus 3 square root minus 1 plus 2, you get negative 4. So the only answer that's valid, it's only 14. It's only this one. This the only answer that's valid. So here, this is the only answer that will be valid for that whole entire solution. So for this one, we can just put a stroke there to show that that's not valid in that solution there. So when you deal with the radical equations, you must always remember that whatever you do, you can simplify. After simplifying, you gotta have a way in which you can square both sides like we did here. And then after squaring both sides, after solving your equation using your steps of solving for any kind of equation, whatever answers you get at the end, you gotta always prove them to see which one is either equal. Both could be equal, but in most cases it's always one answer or one of the solutions that's actually gonna be the actual solution to the answer. In our case, it was actually 14 and not negative 1. All right.